Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Today a little bit earlier, and I don't know, probably I won't do another one, but obviously today a lot of price action, and it did rally absolutely significantly Bitcoin. So the idea of having here some kind of a corrective move to the upside, which was still on the table in the last video, obviously, at least as something to keep in mind, even though we were tracking this impulse as a primary to the upside already, which was the right decision, because overall the target was here around 26k and we're on good track, but without any significant retracement as it seems. Okay, you can actually see where the targets for the previous wave to end were originally, and it just blasted through. Now that's great for anybody who entered early in the week in the support areas or close to the support areas. Again, I just have to mention it again. I didn't enter Bitcoin, but I did enter Ethereum. Quite pleased with that as well. I think they deliver a sort of similar performance at the moment. I think even Bitcoin might seem a little bit stronger actually. Yes, it actually is. But yeah, it's sort of leading the way, which is highly interesting. So we want to talk about what is happening here on Earth and how much longer is this going to take. So my overall view hasn't changed, that we have made a significant low here and that the target would be around the 26 to 27k area for Bitcoin. It's just that the subdivisions are probably changing, and the sort of momentum with which this is happening, I mean, it's clearly bullish, but I have to mention that because it always alerts me if you have these structureless, out of the blue, massive movements. They always increase the risk as well of setbacks. Yeah, they always increase the risk of significant setbacks, and maybe even of a situation in which we might retest Monday's lows. It's just there. That risk is there. I've seen it many times when you get these, I don't want to say rug pull rallies. Yeah, some people call them like that. But when you get these crazy rallies out of the blue, but crypto is like that sometimes as well, and it can, it is an impulse. It is impulsive price action, which we see here at the moment. Just always bear that in mind when you think about FOMOing in. If you buy or not, that's entirely your decision. Everybody needs to trade their own plan. I did share it really end of last week, the beginning of this week. We had some really good entries across various cryptos. A lot of cryptos entered our support areas. Not all did, but that's fine. The ones that did, they are now all rallying, and I'm happy with that. I'm extremely happy with that. So it's all playing out, and I can only reiterate what I said already early in the week, that you guys, as one of, really one of the most positive communities in the crypto space, one of the calmest communities out there in the crypto space, one of the less hyped or least hyped communities, which is important, but which is important. You don't want to be emotional when trading or investing. You were all prepared for this move down, and you were all prepared for the move up. Now that it's again rallying significantly is just what crypto does sometimes, but that's why it's so good to position yourself in these support areas, like down here, when we had enough waves to the downside complete. But even here, I think it missed the target by $20. That's what annoys me a little bit. However, we talked about it. We talked about the descending wedge, and at the breakout, you could have entered if you wanted to enter Bitcoin. Now again, I tend to enter only the cryptos or the coins really that follow really what I want to see, and Bitcoin missed the support slightly, but Ethereum did reach it. So, but what's going to happen here now? What's happening? So I think, that the overall view here is still that we are in the wave 5. We can assume that, but the subdivisions have changed. This is extending out much further, and this can become quite crazy. And I think depending on how this now subdivides further, we may see above 26k. We may see above. We may even see the 30k level. So I don't want to make people too emotional here. That's why I'm very careful with highlighting those targets. But if there are two possibilities, as there often are. There is the possibility obviously including the including the crash. But let's leave that aside, because at the moment it's just moving up, and anybody who entered down there can just move up their stop loss. This could now rally in one move to that 26k level, which I highlighted to you as sort of the target that I'm looking at, round about 26k. And then it could come down. Then we could say, you know, when it makes that higher high here, it just needs to really get above the 24,250 level, really. Yeah, maybe a bit higher, complete 5 waves. And then we could say, all right, up here, we've got the wave 5 of 1 complete. Yeah. If we get close to that level, I would need to double check the levels for Ethereum. I'll probably take some profits. I already took a little bit just now on Ethereum. I might take a little more because I don't want to lose it all when we go to those levels on ETH. And then we will probably do the wave 2 finally. The thing is, when we get to that level, there is no guarantee that it will do this wave 2, because we have then fulfilled a 5-wave move to the upside into the target range. So this could be the completion of the 5th wave already, or it is only the first wave of a much larger 5-wave move. That is what the future will tell. That is what we don't know. That's why it makes, in my opinion, sense to start to scale out sort of in that region and look at rebuying in wave 2. But I can't tell you what you do. That's entirely up to you, because everybody's got their own plan. Everybody's got their own risk management and their own individual financial situation. So looking at the subdivisions here now, someone commented, because I said in the last video that this looks like an ending diagonal. Yeah, we had 5 waves actually. We had the possibility to interpret it as a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, we reached target here, and I said this looks now like an exhaustion pattern, and exhaustion patterns always indicate exhaustion, obviously. Yeah, ending diagonal, they would always indicate the end of a move. Very important what I said after that, which was unless it morphs into a triangle. And it did, unfortunately, or fortunately for some, because it did become a triangle. Yeah, A, B, C, D, E. It became an Elliott Wave triangle, and then it pumped. So it wasn't an ending diagonal, even though it looked like that when I made the video, but it morphed into a triangle. So what's the count? Well, the count has morphed a little. That 1-2 is still where it was. However, that 3-4 is another 1-2 setup. Has to be. Has to be. So I'm going to move it all up. So we basically had here a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the 5th of a third, in my opinion, which can still move higher. We're going to take a look at targets. Should be another 4th and a 5 of 1. Okay. Or is it of 1? Let me think. Yeah, it should be. Let me think. 1, 2. Let me just chart it all out. Otherwise, I might get confused. We want to do it correctly. It's an exciting day. It is fantastic. It's just, what a week, you know. I can't do more. You know, I posted yesterday, and I even mentioned it here in the video afterwards, because the candle yesterday ended in green after bearish news of CPI, which were, let's say, fairly bearish, not massively bearish, but bearish, and after all this SEC stuff which is going on, to see buy reactions is increasingly bullish, extremely bullish. And therefore it was expected to see further upside this week. Now that it would again take off that much. I mean, I don't know if it's related to maybe people are fleeing into cryptos after, and selling their stable coins. I haven't really looked into that, but that's certainly a possibility, you know, because there's obviously the stablecoin concern around Binance, BUSD, and so on. Were some rumors about USDC as well, but I think they were false. But still, you know, people are concerned. Okay. So this could still get a squiggle up here in the 5th. As you can see, we have what do we have? We have in the 5th wave, as it seems, only like 3 waves. Might get one more high here. Looking at targets, yeah, for this 5th wave, and it's an extended 5th. So we're looking here at the. I take the length of the wave 1, okay, and I go to the me see. Go take the length of the one, I'm just thinking what the best way would be to calculate target here. Yeah, probably go to the low of the wave 2 then. Okay, we've reached the 300% extension at 24,360. Next one would be 24,650. We're talking about crazy extension levels here, yeah? And then 24,836. So these are targets to keep in mind. And then we should still see a fourth afterwards. This doesn't look like this fourth yet. It could be, but primarily I would expect one more leg up in 5 of 3. Then the fourth, then the fifth. And if that reaches sort of the 26k level, we need to be ready that this could already be over then. This is all valid. This entire move is valid as long as, from the current point of view, we are holding 22,950. Dropping below that level would indicate that this pattern is at risk of breaking down. Okay? Because the yellow wave 4 should not come down more than the 50% retracement. So this is where we are at the moment. So primarily nothing has changed. We expect further upside into the 26k region. Cryptos are doing what they are usually doing when we have a bit of buying power. They are going crazy at the moment, but there is a lot of power at the moment, a lot of buying power in the market, a lot of volume as well. As I understand, a lot of that is actually driven by retail, which is interesting, you know. So again, I did highlight in previous videos what we need to see to get the to confirm that the bear market is over. I did that before. You can watch the last Bitcoin video in the long-term video playlist. I did explain it all there. In short, we need 5 waves up. So this would be the 5th wave, and then we need to come down in 3 waves and hold a wave 2 support area, which probably I've hidden now somewhere. But yeah, we need to come down after making these 5 waves up. We need to come down, hold wave 2 support, which I will be able to define when we know where we are actually going to end really in this 5th wave. And yeah, it's great. It's all coming together, looking really good. What you need to be aware, and honestly, I cannot stress that enough. Obviously, FOMO, a lot of FOMO. You know, as we speak, people are putting on leverage, all sorts of stuff. Watch for a end of this wave 1, or alternatively this wave 5 if the whole cycle is over already, when the bullish mood is at its peak. Yeah, you typically get these moves to end also when very bullish news are coming out. When, I mean, this again, the next, you know, when we get to the 26k area, if we get there, which we should, from how I read it at the moment, this is a significant move up. I mean, we've started in November, right? So when this 5 wave move ends, and again, it could end here or here, but be aware that towards the end of that move, the mood will be at its peak. Sentiment will be at its peak. You can use the fear and greed index for that, but you will typically see a lot of bullish news. People think it can't stop anymore. It will be at its peak. I've seen it time and time again. When we then come down in wave 2, this wave 2, that's when people will talk about falling exchanges again. People are getting scared. It's all, people talk about FUD. People talk about everything's going to zero. Yeah. And especially then again, when we're bottoming out in wave 2, the mood is very, very bearish. And then we can go up in 3. And that's the FOMO wave, when people are gonna jump in too late because they missed the boat, because they didn't buy in here, they didn't buy in here, they missed everything because they all thought we're gonna wait for the lowest low, which may, however, never come. So have that strategic approach, understand all those different possibilities, understand psychology of the market, understand how those mood swings work, and be positioned on the right side of sentiment. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.